So welcome to class 14, guys.
What?
I know, it's crazy. 14 out of 24. So let's start with a check-in of what are you grateful for today?
I'll start.
Thanks, JC.
I am thankful for New England weather right now. We're finally getting a taste of like a New England fall, and I love it. It's my favorite season, and it just puts me in a great mood.
That's awesome. So you're getting like a little crisper weather, some different colored leaves.
Yep, and I got all my fall decorations out, got some Halloween stuff out, pumpkin everything right now.
Pumpkin omelet?
No, I am making pumpkin chocolate chip whoopie pies though right now for an event tomorrow at work.
Wow, sounds delicious. Thanks, JC. All right, who's next to share what they're grateful for?
I can do.
Sure, Eddie, thank you.
Yeah, I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my healthiness, and I'm grateful for to doing this class with you guys.
Yay, thank you, Eddie. We're so glad you're here. Thanks for sharing. Sarah?
I feel grateful for, I think, connections and support. Like, this is fun update. I had my first 3 clients today. Yay! And
Yay.
they were all in a row, but they're all people that I've known for years. And it was so neat, like, to have that connection already established, and then to just we're so mutually supportive of each other already. That was like a really cool thing. So I feel grateful for that.
What was it like to coach 3 different people in a row for you?
It was crazy. You know, like I've kind of been processing all day because I had another client like 30 minutes after the end, and I had to run that one for 3 hours. So I've just sort of been like thinking about it lately. It was really like surprising and different than and it's, I don't know, it's just so neat. Like I felt like I've known some of these people, one lady for like 8 or 9 years since I've lived here, and then because I have her daughter as a client, and then another one, well, I have 2 sisters, and I've known them for like 4.5 years. So like all this time I felt like I was getting into this really cool, like, secret relationship, like to get to know them even better than I already know them. Like, because we all know each other pretty well, but I've never really gone this deep into getting to know them. And so that was really neat. I was like, ooh, this is like a secret, you know, because it's all confidential. And so it felt really special.
Thanks for sharing, Sarah. And I don't know if anyone else have Sarah's video lock up a little bit while she was talking?
Oh,
it was just like it was like a word, like in between a word or something, but it wasn't like I could hear everything you were saying and understand it, but
okay.
but thank you, Sarah.
Okay.
All right. Robin, what are you grateful for today?
Let's see. I'm grateful for everything. It's a beautiful day. It's, I have 7 days left of my job, and then I'm done with it. A lot of things to be grateful for. Yeah.
That's awesome. How does it feel to only have a couple days left?
It feels really good. It does feel really good. Yeah. I'll take a little time, figure out what I want to do, and then go for that. So yeah.
Awesome. So
everything just seems to have fallen into place. It's worked out really well.
That's awesome. So excited to have a new adventure.
It is exactly that. Yes.
Thank you, Robin. And who just called in?
Hi, it's Kellen.
Hi, Kellen. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing well. How are you?
We're good. I just named you on here so we can see your name. We're checking in
Great.
on what you're grateful for today. So I'll let you think about that for a second, and I'll have Mike go.
Okay, sure.
You want me to go while she's thinking?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Lots of things, like they said, fall weather, which is great because we had snow and cold for Monday and Tuesday. Grateful that my wife is home. She was supposed to be gone the same week I was supposed to be gone, but then I didn't go, but she went anyway. So now it's nice to be home at the same time. Grateful that my other company has kind of turned itself around and is going to finish up okay this year. The first 6 months was really kind of scary and uncertain, and now just the way things go, you go from nothing to everything, and we'll end up okay. So I think that'll help as we transition next year from consulting to hopefully to coaching. So that's a good thing.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing, Mike. I know I'm grateful for this little office that I'm in, aka it's the closet in our new place. So there's like space for a desk and a chair, and can't really leave the room when you're sitting in the chair. But this is like literally the closest I've ever had to an office in my whole life. So sharing room with siblings growing up, even when I was a general manager, my office was shared with like the back room with all the supplies that everyone was always going in and out. And at the place we lived before, it was like a little corner of the living room. So for me, this is just something I'm really thankful for. Among all these other things, I know my little one did okay with the move and all of that. And really grateful, especially for my mom, who held him a lot while I did a lot of cleaning and moving around. So that was just a really big thing for me. All right, Kellen, you're up. What are you grateful for?
Hi. So I wanted to ask before I start, if you're going to decorate your office.
I really should, because okay, so there's the door behind me, but I want to put something on it so I can have some sort of. And then there's all this like space. It's probably like 4 feet of space on this wall, and like the closets are on both sides, like over here. So I need to do something, Kellen.
So, I mean, I think that would be fun if you could wallpaper it or hang pictures, or I don't know, but you just decorate it and have fun with it. That sounds like something I would do. I don't know if you're going to do that.
Yeah, it sounds like I have an action step. Yeah, I'll work on doing something. I want to, for sure, but I don't know if we can wallpaper because we're renting, but I know we can hang things, so. I'll work on that and hopefully be able to show you guys something next week. So not just a bunch of dead space behind me.
Right. So my internet has been out for the last couple of hours, so I'm calling in. I hope that is not a problem.
That's fine.
As to what I'm grateful for, I have been so enjoying this weather. I have almost felt guilty because it's just been tremendously beautiful, and I'm just thinking about other people out there in the world that are struggling right now. And there's just, you turn on the news and there's so much happening that's just enough to make your heart sink. And so when I'm out and I'm okay and everything is fine in my life, I just feel, I feel so immensely grateful. So, I did take my daughter out today and we did some photos because it's so clear here that it's a great time for pictures, and I love to take pictures of her. And we went to some gardens and I got some great shots, so I'm like so grateful for that. And then tomorrow we have here in the South, it's called the Dixie Classics Fair. I don't know if anyone else has ever heard of that. Is that anything anyone's ever heard of before?
I don't think so. Everyone's shaking.
It's a fair that comes through once a year, every year at this time of year. And so I actually haven't taken her before. It's kind of a big event, lots of rides. And I don't know what was going on every other year, but she said to me, I've never gone. And I said, well, we have to remedy that. We're going to go this year. So we're going tomorrow, and we're gonna have a lot of fun with that. So that's it. Those are a couple of things I'm grateful for right now.
Thanks for sharing, Kellen. I hope you have fun with your daughter tomorrow.
Thank you.
All right, and who called in on the 658 number?
Hi, it's me, Kanika. Sorry, my alarm didn't ring.
No worries. Well, glad you're here. What are you grateful for today?
Oh, grateful for today. Let me think about that. My brain is just opening up.
No problem. Okay. Well, when you want to jump in, you think of something, just let me know. Okay.
Will do.
All right. Well, thanks you guys for checking in. As we get started in this 14th week of class, I do want to follow up with you guys on the vision exercise that I assigned to you at the end of last week to write or record a vision statement. Thank you for those who turned one in. You don't necessarily have to turn it in, but I just wanted to talk to you guys about what that was like and what benefit or just what was it like and what benefit did it provide for you in your mission especially. Who wants to share? Okay, JC, and then looks like Robin might be going soon. Okay, go ahead, JC.
When I was writing it out, my mission statement was to live in authenticity and to help others live, their most authentic life. And it was just vague enough, so I didn't have to put a lot of specifics down. And then when I got thinking about, where is this going to take me in a year, that's really vague. And so it really reminded me to make mindful choices and really be present, because I think that's the only way that I can be authentic. I think I tend to hurry, and when that happens, I'm not necessarily being my most authentic self. So it was a really good reminder to be mindful and present and pay attention.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing, JC. It's so true. There's sometimes when we have a characteristic we want to work on, there's almost backup traits that support that. So mindfulness is one of your keys to authenticity.
Yes.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing, JC. Robin, were you about to go?
I can. I mean, that's fine. It took a while once you got into doing the mission statement, and then you have to look at the values, and really, you think your values are easy, but then when you really start thinking about them, maybe they're not. And I'm at a place in my life where I'm making a big change, so maybe my values are going to be different. Well, maybe not, but maybe my vision statement is clearly going to be different than what it would have been, 6 months ago. So it was a great exercise. It took a while. It took a few hours just thinking about it and writing stuff. And then, it was really, really long. My vision statement was really long. So, and then, okay, this is what I want. How do we make it smaller? What is the biggest part? What is the best, the biggest chunk? So it was a good process.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing. And I think it's meant to be a process. You might have a vision and then life changes, or you realize another value is more important than another, and maybe your vision for the future changes a little bit.
Exactly.
I think that's really cool that you're aware of that, and you're at a big shifting point in your career, and you're aware of things might look a little different, or they would have looked a lot different if I hadn't been, changing.
Exactly.
Wow. Thank you for sharing, Robin. What about you, Mike? What was it like for you?
It's always a great exercise. It's one of my favorites that we've come across in the class so far. It was still about, I probably didn't do as good a job as I should have, and I may go back and revisit it around putting a mission in there. So in that respect, it was more similar to the vision recording that we did a while back. And I'm just so kind of focused on getting to December 31st right now, because I think it's going to be a wonderful New Year's Eve, and everything's going to change as of January 1, because so much of this craziness is going to be behind. So it was more about that, but so I positioned it at 3 months and just expressed a lot of gratitude for having made it through those past 3 months, which is now the next 3 months. But it's a real invigorating, empowering, energizing, motivating kind of exercise, and I really love that about it. It also incorporates kind of parts of the law of attraction and positive thinking and things like that. So.
Yeah, definitely. So how do you feel about the next 3 months now that you've gone forward in the future and experienced that?
Well, I feel confident. We're going to make it through. The next 3 months are going to pass no matter what, and the bottom of the world's not going to fall out. So we'll make it through, and we'll be in a great position, like I said, to kick off 2018. I like that number. I think it's going to be an awesome year. So everything that we're doing over the next 3 months is going to enable everything that happens next year. So
awesome. Lots of preparation for the future.
Yeah, a lot of thought, a lot of hard work, preparation too. Yeah.
So exciting. Thanks for sharing, Mike. Sarah, what about you?
Wow. Funny enough, I'm sort of on a similar timeline as Mike with the 3 months. I didn't quite get to finish mine. I got it started, but I think, had like a reality check. Like, oh my gosh, 3 months. This is kind of a big week for me because tomorrow we have a big company meeting where essentially going to kind of bring us all together and let us know about the change in leadership. And then the new owner is going to take over in January. And I'm not supposed to know all this, but I know it. So I know that that's just how it goes sometimes. She's going to ask all of us to sign contracts. And if we sign contracts, that means that we are locking our clients in with the company I'm with. And if we don't, then we go on our own. And so all of this has really kind of just come up in the last couple weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, where I'm really like, wow, like this could happen in January. In 3 months, that I actually go ahead and move out on my own and start my own little company to start building everything. So it's kind of like, whew, it's a lot. It's a lot to take in because it's exciting and wonderful. I hadn't really expected it all so soon, but I also feel like with this class and everything that I've done lately, I feel more ready. Like I feel ready for it than I would have thought before. So it's a lot. So I've kind of been thinking about my vision and what is that life going to look like? Because I've always worked for another company. I'll just be working solo just for me, which is neat. And today was really affirming with my clients because my mission statement is to make dreams a reality. And so it kind of has me thinking like of making my own dreams, of starting this company a reality. But then also today I talked to all these people about their own dreams and how we can bring those into reality. So it was neat just to think like, oh, that's going to be my life in 3 months. And so, yes. Oh, sorry, Hannah, you're on mute.
Yeah, I said it's going to be reality.
Ah! It's like exciting and overwhelming all at the same time. I'm like, whew, I have a hot flash. There's a lot to take on. But I know it will be great. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. And I think just having that perspective and just like, it's going to be great is just such an empowering perspective to have about the future. So thanks for sharing, Sarah. We can't wait to hear about it.
You both did, for sure.
Very cool. All right. Eddie, did you do a vision statement?
Yeah. I have my mission. My mission is I empower people and their own vision. Okay. And I did the records. Actually, I have done this in the boards, in the big boards.
Uh-oh, Eddie, you froze. Did he freeze for anyone else?
Yeah. Yes, he did.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Hello? I have a problem with my internet. If I turn on the camera, I'm lost the signal. I don't know why.
No problem. What were you saying now?
What I say is, yes, I did my vision records. I have done this before in a visual boards. Do
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about?
yeah, you did a vision board.
Yeah, I have done this for my last 3 years.
That's awesome. What has been the impact of that?
This is in light and empowerment me because I am the kind of guy. I'm a visualize guy. That's the word, visualize.
A visual, yeah.
Visual, yeah, visual. I need to see to empower me, you know, and that's why I have my boards and I have what I want in my mind, my spirit, or what I want in my career, financial education, what I want in my relationship. I have this board, you know.
That's awesome, Eddie.
For me, is see the board is much better than the records.
Yeah, I'd encourage everyone, if board's better for you, I mean, whatever really excites you about your vision, and then whatever format.
Yeah.
So some people do boards or recordings, or they write it out, or they draw something that represents their vision. There's so many possibilities. So thanks for sharing that, Eddie.
Thank you.
What about you, Kellen?
So in the mission statement that I had made, I had thought about different groups of people that may be in need of support, and so I just kind of was letting my mind go and exploring in my mind, well, who would I want to try to reach out to? What would be my niche? And I was thinking about students in particular, because my daughter is in middle school and she's going to be going into high school, and so that in particular speaks to me, resonates with me, and so to kind of move on that, I went ahead, I started thinking about, my website, and I've been trying to work on that, but I was thinking that maybe I might want to have a separate website for that particular focus. And so I went ahead and I latched on, I snatched up a domain for that. And so it's, focused on youth, and that was kind of fun, and that's where I'm at right now.
That's awesome. So it sounds like envisioning the future started, or like really propelled you to take some action, it sounds like.
Right. Yeah.
So imagine doing this assignment, having a client do a mission statement and a vision statement. What do you think the impact would be on them? What do you guys think?
I think it'd be a great exercise at the right time if they're feeling a little scattered, or if there's a big change coming, or a little change, or something. I think it would be a great exercise.
Yeah, I like how you said the right time. Like, I think really being strategic with where you place it, because if someone hasn't had as much self-awareness and learning, it's harder to imagine a really meaningful vision.
The Wheel of Life is always a great place to start, and you can always, I think, whittle down a little bit more to their values, if they really want values and mission from there.
Yeah, and values is week 18 here coming up.
Oh, could you do future self kind of like Wheel of Life, where you do it at the beginning and then you revisit it later and see if it's...
Yes, that's actually one of the exercises we'll do, is looking at like celebration. Is it'll be towards like at the end of the course, where you look at each of the areas of your life and where you started at, and then you re-rate them and celebrate how much you've grown. And so you can also do the same kind of thing. Well, what would it be like if each area was a 10 out of 10? And then envision that. Okay, well, what steps can you take towards that? So you can definitely use the Wheel of Life. Kanika, did you do a vision recording?
I wrote it down, but yeah, I had started with exactly what you just said. I looked at the Wheel of Life and I looked at, okay, in the next 6 months, what area would I like to be? What area do I see myself developing? And I think I focused more on the growth part of it. So I think I didn't focus that much as everybody else. I mean, I didn't think about it as much as everybody else had. Mine was more grounded in the sense that, okay, 6 months of job done and I've got my certification. I'll probably be doing the next level. So yeah, I think the enlightenment part, I didn't think about much, maybe because I was doing it in office. So I was thinking about more the list of things. But yeah, it definitely got me thinking about action steps that I need to do to make sure that I accomplish those things.
That's awesome. So it propelled you into action too. And just know there's no right way to do this. I mean, however you feel would be best. That's what it is.
Yeah.
All right. Well, as we did vision, I thought it was a great stepping stone into future self. Now with future self, we're going to be going 10, 15 years in the future. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So right now, if you guys have any self-judgment or holding back creativity or imagination, I just invite you to take off those blocks and just encourage you to have fun with this and to really tap into positivity. Future self in itself is mostly positive. If someone struggles with imagining a positive future, what we do as coaches is help them find neutral ground and then help them tap into positivity. But the key with this is, you guys remember when we talked about, what do you want to be when you grow up? Kids have that imagination, that creativity, it's not bridled. As adults, sometimes we get asked, what are your plans? What are your goals? What are you going to do? Right? Right when you graduate high school, what are you going to do? What are you going to major in? It transitions from being into doing. And what I think is so powerful about the future self is that it's focused on not what you're going to do, but who are you going to be? So with that in mind, there will be some doing, what career do you have? What is that like? But most of it is really centered around who the client is, who are they being, down to what kind of clothes do they wear? If they're going to a coffee shop, what do they order? What do their friendships look like? Where do they live? How do they decorate their house? Just everything about their being and what makes them them. And so this is a very positive exercise. It is 10 to 15 years in the future. So if you're working with maybe an older client, what you would do is, encourage them, imagine that you're, even healthier, even fitter, whatever in the future, if they're having a hard time thinking about that far in the future. I have gone less time in the future because that's what the client wanted to do. So by default, go with 10 to 15 years, but you can ask them, is that okay, or would you like to, adjust that time? But 10 to 15 years is the default. So this is a very, like I said, positive perspective. It's designed to really explore 5 components. So the image of who they're going to be, you get a description. It's really important that you get a nickname, just so that they can reference it. I still remember when I went through our 2.0 program, there's a group of us that were it was the end of our course, and we were oh, we're our future selves now. And so we called I was Hannah 2.0, and that was my nickname. And it was okay, next level will be Hannah 3.0, and so on. And so that's a pretty simple way if you get tangled up in the nickname. The point of the nickname is just to really capture that positive perspective, that future self, so that when you're moving forward, you can say, okay, well, what would Hannah 2.0 do? Or so on. Especially with working with a client, you can ask them, well, what would your future self say? It needs to be positive. And then after you explore the future self, it's very important to explore the relationship and connections between the present and the future. So what are you doing right now to become who you want to be? What habits do you have in place that will serve you in becoming your future self? And so it's really exploring that relationship and that connection. So there is some doing, but mostly it's focusing on being. And it's positive. You'll want to invite your clients to be imaginative and creative and not judge themselves like, oh no, I wouldn't look good, or anything like that. Just to really step into it and be there and enjoy it. So we're going to do that today. So we're going to do a demo, and I want to spend a good amount of time just really digging into this. And so what I'll do is I'll start the demo with someone, and then once we get into asking questions about the future self, I'm going to call on one of you guys, and we'll take turns asking questions and exploring. Okay? So who wants to be the demo client? Who wants to go to the future for the next half hour, 20 minutes? I think Sarah was the demo client. Robin was the brave coach last time. Let's see, who's the demo client? All right. Eddie, you're gonna be the client?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody clap for Eddie. I was just gonna pick somebody. Thank you, Eddie. Appreciate you. All right. Before we go any further in the future self, I just want to make sure, do you understand the concept, or do you have any questions about the concept?
No, I believe I understand the concept.
Great.
Your question is who I want to be in the next 5 years, how I want to be, and who I want to be.
Actually,
right?
So it's the next 10 to 15 years, and we're actually going to do a very specific exercise.
Okay.
So I'll prompt you along. So I just invite you to be creative, Eddie, and don't judge yourself, and trust your imagination, okay?
Okay, intuition.
Yes, yes.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. So if you need to take a deep breath, you might want to close your eyes, or maybe turn off your camera, so your sound comes through, and just really tap into your imagination and your creativity. So I want you to imagine, Eddie, that you are sitting at a coffee shop. So you and me and the rest of the class are at a big table, and it's, let's say, maybe 10 years in the future.
Okay.
And your future self walks in. Okay?
Okay.
Do you see your future self walking into the coffee shop?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So your future self comes over the table where all of us are, including your present self.
Okay.
What does your future self look like?
How I look like, or how the things around me look like.
Yeah. What you look like in the future. So tell me about what you're wearing, your demeanor.
Okay, I need to turn off the video because otherwise I cannot hear you.
No worries. Okay, so
okay. All right. All right. Can you ask me again?
Yes. So your future self. So we're all at a coffee shop table.
Okay.
And your future self walks in.
Okay.
Okay. Now I want you to describe what your future self looks like. Like, what clothes is he wearing? What is his demeanor? What do you see?
What I see. Let me understand if I understand your question. You ask me, I am inside the coffee shop with you in the next 10, 50 years, and how I am there. What is my future? What I'm doing?
Yeah, so you basically, you are there as an observer and you're watching your future self come into the coffee shop.
Okay, I got it.
Okay.
I'm sit with you there. I'm 25 pounds. Um, 25 pounds less than I am right now, and I'm relaxed. I enjoy our conversation because I did a lot of things in my life. I see me work in my passion. I see me working and what I want to do, and that's what I see in the
What
next
kind
10 to 15 years.
Wow, thank you, Eddie. What kind of clothes is your future self wearing?
Uh, if you ask me for the time frame I believe is not 10, 15 years. I believe it's between 2 and 5 years.
Okay, so you're like envisioning yourself in 2 to 5 years instead of 10 to 15.
Yeah, yeah. That's me. If you ask me how close I am to do this thing now, I am between 2 and 5 years to achieve this.
Okay. All right. So we're 2 to 5 years in the future. So how does your future self dress? What kind of clothes does he wear?
I didn't get exactly your question. What's that mean?
How does he dress? Your future self. What kind of clothes does he wear?
Can you define for me this better?
Yeah. So like his style. So what kinds of what shirt and what pants and what shoes?
Oh, okay. I got it. I use jeans. I love jeans, tennis shoes, and comfortable shorts, and that's all. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So who wants to jump in with the next question? Sarah, ask about Eddie's future self.
Well, what do you like to do for fun every day?
For fun every day, I like working myself. I like to work myself. Like do exercise. You know, take care about my body. You know, that's make me relax. It's not me. I do this right now. I try. I don't do right now. You know, I'm supposed to do every day in a whole week, but what I do now is 3, 4 days a week.
So Eddie, remember you're there. You are doing it. So don't.
Oh yeah.
Don't.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. So it's hard to try and stay in the future.
No,
So
I get the concept.
you're
I
doing.
get. Okay.
Sarah, do you have another follow-up question, or should I call on someone else?
Let me rephrase this. I'm seen doing what I want to do every day. You know, I'm seen work with myself, do my exercise, eat healthy. I'm seeing me enjoy my life better than I do now.
All right, Robin, you're up.
What work are you doing? What employment do you have? Are you working for yourself?
Of course, a life coach.
Okay. You said you were working with your passion. You didn't say exactly what that was. I was just checking.
Guys, this is a very good passion. My passion is that. My passion is empower people to do things.
Awesome. Robin, do you have a follow-up question?
Where is your office? Where do you primarily do your work?
Are you there, Eddie?
Uh-oh.
What do you guys think of this exercise so far?
I think it's a great exercise.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's really hard to keep reining your client back sometimes because you have to keep reminding them to not go into now or into the past.
And this exercise can go pretty deep and can shape the values and the mission and everything that the client maybe can't get get his arms around. That this could get him there if you can get him into that 10 or 15 years in the future thing.
Yeah, and for Eddie it was 2 to 5, but you notice I kind of said, okay, that's what that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Hannah,
Eddie, are you back?
Yeah, I'll be back. My internet is terrible.
No worries. We were just talking about the exercise while you came back. So
Okay.
Robin asked you a question about where do you do your work? What is your
Where is my office?
Yeah.
Where is my office? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. My office is in downtown Fort Myers. It's an old downtown Fort Myers. It's an old place. I love that. I love this place, you know. It's a very quiet place. It's beautiful.
Do you work by yourself, Eddie?
Yeah, I work by myself, but I have a team. I have a team. I have a connection with a lot of coaches, and we have a pool of coaches, you know, to empower and support a lot of kind of different people.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, my folks now is in people come from Latin America. My folks now is empower this kind of people in United States. But what I like is share with a different codes for create a synergy. Do you know synergy? Do you understand the concept?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, that's mean if I have a different codes with a different styles work with me, you know, we can create a better result, you know. Just for make it clear is the kind of people that I'm gonna coach probably is not the kind of people that you gonna coach, you know. My specific niche is for my niche, and you have your specific kind of people. But when you work together as a team, you know, we can share experience, we can empower each other, you know. And this could be a great marketing plan, you know.
So Eddie, how does it feel to go to work every day?
I feel amazed. I feel excited being the work every day. I feel realized. I feel in light because I'm doing exactly what I want. I'm doing exactly what I like.
That's awesome. All right. Mike, do you have a question for Eddie?
Yeah, in your future self, Eddie, what would your friends say is their favorite thing about you?
But again, Mike?
In your future self, what would your friends say is their favorite thing about you?
They say I'm the kind of guy, always there to empower people. Always there to support people. Yeah.
In the future, Eddie, what is your favorite thing about you?
My favorite thing about me is my folks, my determination. That's what I like most about me.
What's your future self's nickname?
This is a good question. This is a very good question. Yeah, I need to think about that because I don't have answer for this.
Well, I encourage you to think about it, Eddie, but just don't put too much pressure on having the perfect name. Kellen, do you want to ask a question?
Sure. So, Eddie, in thinking about how your life is now and how your life will be in 2 to 5 years, what do you think is the one thing that will be most significantly different than now?
Good question. What's gonna be most different? What is most different now is I do what I like to do, and I take care about myself as a priority. That's me. I treat myself better than until 5 years ago.
Do you have ideas about how you will do that?
Oh yeah, how I did, because we are in the future, right? What, right?
Yep. So you.
What did you say?
What I did to get that is I start move step by step in direction to accomplish what I want. That's me. I did a step by step. I increase my self growth. I increase my knowledgement. I increase my education, and I did this step by step. That's why I'm here right now.
It sounds like an excellent plan.
Okay.
Do you have a question, Kanika, for Eddie?
Yes, I do. Eddie, what advice would your future self give to you, give to your current self?
Kanika, I didn't get what advice. What?
What advice would your future self give to your current self?
Oh, what advice my future say for my present time? Okay, just relax and trust the process.
All right.
What does that mean to you, Eddie?
That's me. Sometimes I mean too much over analyze. I don't know if you understand what I'm talking about. And for me, jump in a new process and start to trust the process is difficult. But if I start something new, I need to trust what I'm doing. Make sense? Is this make sense?
Yes, that makes sense.
Or it's not clear?
No, it's clear.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, JC, you're up.
Oh, sorry,
We can hear you.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Eddie, what does your present self, nope, I'm gonna get that wrong. What is the most important thing that your future self has learned?
Good question. I like this question. As I told before, my future learn about the focus in myself. You know,
Yeah.
focus in focus in exactly what I want, what I like. You know, and take less stress about what I need. I don't know if you understand. This makes sense.
Yes, it does.
I can go more deep. What's happening is sometimes I'm too much worried about money. I'm too much worried about business. You know.
Yep. So your future self maybe won't have some of those worries?
And completion.
Awesome.
So
What are you cooking now? What do you cook now?
I'm making pumpkin chocolate chip whoopie pies.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Can I have one? Little piece?
If I could get one to you, I would definitely send it. Yeah, no, this is for some of my students tomorrow.
Okay.
all right. Well, let's wrap up, Eddie. So you mentioned quite a few different things that your future self does differently, such as just focus is really, really big for your future self.
Yeah,
Trusting the process and relaxing.
exactly.
And you're doing what you want to really do, and you really are passionate about it. So then, could you clarify for me what are your future self's top values?
I think I said this before. I told this before here. You know, my values for my future is about take care about myself. I understand for a long time I just working because I need make that kind of money. You know, it's not because I enjoy, but just for needs. You know,
So
and
self-care is more important than money.
exactly. My self-care is more important than anything.
What's another top value for you? So self-care is really
Self-care for me is a top number one, and I don't see anything else more. You know, my relationship with my family is pretty good. You know, I want to keep this way. My relationship with my wife, my kids. You know, but this is I have this. This is I have that kind of relationship. If I can say I have a two top, it is take care about myself in relationship with my family.
That's awesome. All right. So Eddie, could you remind me of what the message from your future self was? It relax and trust the process?
Yeah, relax and trust the process. Take care about yourself.
Okay. All right. So now we're going to go completely to the present. So let's say your future self said, "Hey, Eddie, in 2017, you need to relax and trust the process." So what does that mean you need to do today?
All right. For me, what I do right now, what I'm doing right now, I cannot change. I have a plan. I need to finish what I'm doing right now to go for the next step. I cannot say for myself now, relax, enjoy, and take care about yourself because I am not there yet. I need at least a more, let me see, a year, maybe less than a year, to to put everything in place.
Mm-hmm.
Is this clear?
It sounds like you're not able to do exactly what your future self is doing right now. You need time.
I can right now, but I plan step by step. What I say is a baby steps. Baby steps. Small steps every time.
So Eddie, how can you today relax and trust the process of your baby steps?
But keep doing.
Keep doing?
Keep doing.
Who do you
It's
need?
not a Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, who do you need to be to keep doing?
I just need to be myself the way I am right now. My reality. I cannot change 100% right now. But for me, it's pretty good if I can do something. If I improve a little bit every day, for me is a priceless. If every day I can do something to improve, for me, this is a priceless. It's not me, I can do everything so fast, but I'm gonna be there. I'll be there.
So now that we've explored your future self, Eddie, were you able to think of a nickname?
This is a good question. Nickname for my future. I'll be there.
I'll be there is the name?
Yeah, I'll be there.
I love it. That's awesome. All right. So your homework, Eddie, this week is to check in with your future self. Check in with I'll be there. And be encouraged and empowered by your future self.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Eddie.
Thank you.
All right. Well, how was that for you, Eddie? What did you think of that exercise?
This is a great exercise because make me think about a lot of things. You know, this has helped me go out of my comfort zone. Okay, and see me what I need to do.
Mm-hmm.
For me, this is clear. I have this in my mind. I have everything in my mind what I need to do. But the situation now is I can increase a little bit every day, but I cannot go too fast.
So it's like
Yeah.
a combination of excitement for the future, but also a reality check of it's going to take time to get there.
Exactly, because how can I tell you I'm not going to work 10 hours a day if I need that money for work 10 hours a day?
Right.
You know, make sense?
Yes, it does. Right. So now, Eddie, I'm curious. Now, when you think about the future in the next 2 to 5 years, how do you feel about it?
I feel excited because I know I will be there.
I'll be there is already there.
Yeah, I feel excited because I know I'm going to be there.
Awesome. All right. Thank you, Eddie. All right,
Thank
coaches.
you.
What did you guys notice? What did you think of that exercise?
It was all very positive, optimistic.
I love the coffee shop because it kind of makes it more realistic rather than just like you're floating in space and it's your future self. It's like, whoa, like, you know, putting it in a real world kind of perspective is neat. Mm-hmm.
Eddie said the word excited a lot. I noticed that too. And I was like, I feel excited for you. And it just seemed like there was so much hope and so much, well, not necessarily even hope. It was more like, this is happening. It was like, I'll be there. So it was just even like listening to him talk was exciting. Kellen, what did you think?
I think it's really motivating. I think that you can it gives you something to, you know, work towards, just this vision of yourself and what you want to become. And you know, I've heard Eddie say focus a lot, and so I think that is putting the focus on his goals and what he wants for himself, to visualize that, you know, to let himself kind of go there and become this new future self. You know, it's really useful, I think.
Definitely. Thank you, Kellen.
Sure.
Yeah, and in the case that you got someone that wasn't positive, like I said, you try and find neutral, something neutral, and then help them tap into that positivity. Because kind of the goal with this exercise is to really tap into hope and to really like, I have a me to look forward to. And then tapping into that in the present to help propel you into the future that you want and into the you want to be. So I think the key with future self is hope. Does anyone else have any other thoughts before we go to breakout rooms?
I thought it was an exercise that used fun in a really, really productive way. And I think anything we can do to inject a lot of fun into these exercises with clients is a really good thing.
Yeah. There was a lot of energy behind
Positive.
it too. Like, yeah, energizing. Definitely. All right, we're going to go to breakout rooms, and I'm going to give you guys quite a bit of time because this is one you just really need to experience, and the more you do, it's going to feel even better to, what it's like as yourself, and you've experienced it. So I want you guys to follow the pages on the PDF with the steps. So fashion style, geographic location, description of home if you can, occupation, typical day, top values, favorite things to do. Save the message, or what does your future self want to say to the present self. Say that toward the end, as well as the nickname as close to the end as possible. And then bring it back to the present. How does what you just experienced with your future self apply to right now? And sometimes the homework might just be to check in with your future self, like I just told Eddie, but you might be able to choose something that you want to do as well. All right, so what we're going to do, I'm actually going to have a group of 3. And Eddie, I'm going to put you in that group. Do you want to be coached again, or are you okay just coaching?
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Do you feel like there's more to experience with your future self? It's up to you.
I can be a coach. That's fine.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to put you with Kellen and JC. So what you'll do, Eddie, is you'll be the coach first, and you'll coach Kellen, and then Kellen will coach JC. And then, let's see. And then JC, you can coach Kellen or Eddie, depending on who would like to experience even more. I'll let you guys decide, but I'll be in breakout rooms with you guys, so available to give you guys feedback as we go. And we're going to spend the next, let's see, I want to do 40 minutes, so 20 minutes each. All right. Any questions before we go? All right. Well, coaches, have fun and tap into hope and let your imaginations go to the coffee shop or wherever you want your future self to go or walk into. All right.